What is up, everyone? Welcome back to Track Stories for the final track of Ascending Degrees, titled Your Favorite Mistake. So, as I had stated previously in the Hopscotch episode, Jeff had been sitting on a couple different tracks that he had already cultivated quite a bit of the body of the song for by himself. And the first was Hopscotch, the second one was Your Favorite Mistake. And this was another one. While I was over there working on Hopscotch, I would periodically just need a break from that and be like, okay, switch out of this track, hop over to the other track. Obviously, neither one of them had song names at that point. To be honest, I know they had working titles, but I can't remember what we had as working titles at the time. But I told him, I'm like, all right, hop over to the other track, let me get some time on that, just so that way I get a little bit of time away, so that way I'm not blurring riffs or anything. However, due to the fact that Jeff had written the bulk of both of those songs at the same time, they both had kind of the same vibe and the same overall texture and feel to them. So I didn't want to steer too far away once I found the tonality and the riff styling that worked for one. I had a feeling it would also translate to the other. So once I started messing with the riffing for Hopscotch and found the bluesy style with the overdrive effect really was working for it, I immediately just, okay, let me plan to try that on Your Favorite Mistake as well. Sure enough, it kind of just fell right into the pocket as soon as I started trying with all that. However, Jeff had already had kind of a vocal idea and a vocal line that he wanted to utilize for the chorus for this song, and the problem he stated that he bumped into was as soon as I started working on the riff, he luckily had not recorded any vocals over any of his demos, but the riff that I started working on over the chorus apparently created a melody line that he said he could not get away from. And so all of his original vocal ideas that he had for the chorus of that song, he said he had to completely scrap because the melody that I had crafted with my riff became such an earworm for him that he ended up steering towards that for his chorus line. And then it ended up turning into this huge thing that by the time that got done, it then became okay, well then maybe we tried this idea, and then maybe we elevate it after this movement, and then we brought it to Putt, and Putt was like, okay, I hear where you're going, but I think we need to add this, and then Putt in his production mind heard all these different things that we were able to still add on to just build the song out even more with different types of sonic scaping and different layers of extra overdriven guitars and kind of distorted guitars, just to make each section kind of build on itself. And we even, at the end of the writing session and the recording session, while we were in the studio, we wanted to have this feel like a completed album that you would want to restart and just have it be a journey from start to end, from track 1 all the way to track 19. So what we decided to do was, Jeff had already kind of had a thunderstorm type sonic scaping going on at the very end of Your Favorite Mistake. We opted to have that transition into not a white noise, but technically a pink noise static that morphed at the very end, and then we put that onto the very beginning of the core. So when you put the CD in, it actually had a full loop from the exact same sound and the exact same notality that was at the very end of Your Favorite Mistake is also the exact same that's at the very beginning of the core. So it's in a full-blown circular movement of the album from start to end, and we were really happy that we finally felt like what we were hoping to pull off with Undefined by breaking up Visions Part 1 into Thoughts, Ideas, and Visions, we really fully pulled off by adding those bookmarks to the core and to Your Favorite Mistake. So, hope you enjoyed this episode. Hope you enjoyed the entire reliving of Ascending Degrees. we are going to be getting into Watch It Burn after all of this. And that one has a few stories that are far from the happiest stories in the lifespan of Controller. But hopefully you'll stick around for all of those, and we will see you in the next episode.